I know what you're thinking. Is this video going to start with another whoosh? Well, yes it is, because I'm back with another exclusive. Another brand new firework here for 2023. This is from Vivid Pyrotechnics. It's called Cataclysm. It's 20mm diameter tubes, it's 130 shots, it lasts just 25 seconds, and it's got 1,000 grams a kilogram of explosives in. Let's turn it around and look at the label on this side. So it's category F3. This actually says here it's 925 grams of net explosive content, so a little bit of a discrepancy there. I'd be more inclined to go off this figure than the label on the front. And yes, it's 25 seconds long, which is unusual. So it's not quite a dump cake. A dump cake kind of sheds its load within about 5 seconds. But this is going to be 130 shots in just 25 seconds. So it's a really fast firing cake. Brand new for 2023 from Vivid Pyrotechnics. This is Cataclysm, and here's an exclusive first look. So I know what you're thinking, that lasted longer than 25 seconds, didn't it? Well, in fact it lasted 53 seconds, more than double the expected duration. But let's come back to that. Let's first look at the effects themselves. This is a really loud firework, not so much for the bangs, but more for the crackles. They even mask out the bangs, they're that loud. I like that there were layers to this barrage's effects. Not only were the crackles with the brakes high in the sky, but there are also mine lifts with the same crackles in underneath. Combined, they produced an impressive thick column of crackles reaching high into the sky. As crackles go, this is an impressive barrage, and I can imagine that a few of these fired together, perhaps in a fan shape or along the width of a display, will give quite a noisy and impressive finale. But we do need to come back to that duration. At 50 plus seconds of exactly the same effect, this could potentially get a little boring for the average spectator, so if you are going to use these in a display, they might need complementing with something else to keep the audience's interest there. Now, clearly at one stage during the design process, Cataclysm was intended to fire all 130 of its shots within 25 seconds. In fact, here's the original China production footage of what this firework was meant to look like. As you can hear, in the China footage there are some very loud titanium salutes. These are certainly nowhere near as prominent in the landed product, where the crackles overpower the salutes. But in the China footage, Cataclysm does last for just under 25 seconds. I'm kind of curious to see what this might have looked like if the landed product was this duration, so I've speeded up my landed footage to reduce the fireworks duration down to 25 seconds. Let's take a look. Having seen this, I'm not convinced. I actually do think the pace that Cataclysm has landed with in the UK feels about right. I'm just not sure on the duration, and whether 50 plus seconds of the same effect is going to have mass appeal to the average audience. In fact, I do wonder if in the China footage they've lit both the main fuse and the reserve fuse on Cataclysm together. This would certainly explain why in their Cataclysm the pace is double and the duration is half of what we have in the landed product. But okay, look, whilst I'm not sure what this firework is trying to be, it is still a good piece. If you want crackles, lots of very loud crackles, and lots of very loud sustain crackles, then Cataclysm is certainly a good choice. Right then, let's look at the price. The RRP or recommended retail price for Cataclysm from Vivid Pyrotechnics is £79.99, but you'll typically find this from stockists for around £65. As I say, it's not a bad piece, even if the label is quite wide of the mark, both in terms of NEC and duration, and the fact that the landed product differs as much as it does from the China footage. But I can certainly see that Cataclysm will have applications as part of larger displays. I'm just not sure how exciting and appealing this barrage will be in isolation to the average consumer. But I do hope this video has given you a better insight into Vivid Pyrotechnics' brand new Cataclysm barrage for 2023, so you can make your own mind up. And hey, if you found this video useful, why not click the thumbs up and drop a comment below to let me know your thoughts.